In today's world, we're constantly bombarded with messages, both good and bad. No matter where you live, where you work, or you go to school, or what kind of media you use, you are probably exposed to hundreds, if not thousands, of advertising messages every day. Because we live in a world where we are exposed to content, communicating information in a way that is accessible to others has become way more important today than ever before. Communication is the backbone of a society. It allows us to form connections, influence decisions, and motivate change. Without communication skills, the ability to progress in the working world as well as in life itself would become nearly impossible.
Are you somebody whose legs start trembling the minute you step up on stage? Are you somebody who's afraid of standing in front of people and addressing them? Are you somebody who's afraid of even standing up in front of people and introducing yourself? Are you somebody who is very logical, very emotional, very thought through? Are you somebody who has this extreme ability of articulating their thoughts but keeping it to their own selves because you lack the ability to stand up in front of people and address them and talk to them and tell them exactly how you feel or why you think the way you think? Are you somebody who is afraid just before you're going to make that really big presentation that you worked very hard on? If yes, then this course is for you.
When Swami Vivekananda began his speech at the Parliament of the World's Religions in Chicago in 1893 with Sisters and Brothers of America, the audience was already hooked. He got a standing ovation. His simple yet effective words went straight into the hearts of people. Masters of public speaking have proved time and again that a speech is not just a string of words. It is a sum of total of the speaker's personality, the language they use, the content they deliver, their manner of reaching out to people, and so on. Public speaking skills help you to make a very good impression in various situations. Let's take for instance, everyone in the office gathers to listen instantly when it was announced that, say, Mr. X is going to give a speech. Be it at a corporate conference, or be it at an award ceremony, or be it a virtual training, client representation, or a farewell ceremony, etc. Mr. X is always manages to hit out the right code with his delivery and content. For right public speaking, it's also very more important to identify what is your style, what type of speaker you are, and what actually truly represents you.
There are different categories. A few of them are the ones that I'm going to be talking about now. The first category is the mentor or the advisor category of public speaker. Think about somebody like a Sandeep Maheshwari. When you speak to him, you will notice that he's the kind of public speaker that can't help himself but give you the right kind of advice, that can't help himself but sound as a mentor who has something valuable to say that is going to change your life. That is one category. That is the category that can fall in the segment of an advisor or a mentor. The second category is the one that is bold and credible. The statements that they make are the statements that are actually going to stir the hornet's nest. They may not be the statements that are going to stir the hornet's nest if said by somebody else, but it is their style of speaking that makes it cause up the stir. These are the people that can make anything shake up just by the way they speak. That category would be the bold and the credible category because they back everything that they say with the data. This is the second category that you can look up and see if this is the category that resonates with who you are. The next category, the charming category, the category that is humorous, the category that is funny, where the speaker can't help himself or herself but crack a joke every now and then. For example, think of Shah Rukh Khan. When you think of him, and if you think of any of his speeches, they are all very funny. Every now and then there is a joke that makes you chuckle a bit. That is another category. If that is who you are as a person, then that is the category that you can look and aim at mastering. The other category is the locker room category, where the situation is tense and you're going to walk in and you're going to prep everybody around you like they're going to go out and go on a crusade and change everything. Remember that scene from Chak De, the movie Chak De, where Shah Rukh Khan walks in and he peps his girls up for the finale? Well, that is what we would call the locker room style of public speaking, and you could look that up if that is your authentic style of speaking. Public speaking is not just for somebody who is going to walk up on stage and address a large gathering. Public speaking is not just for celebrities, it is not just for politicians, it is not just for actors or cricketers or people that lead the world across the globe. Public speaking is for everybody who aspires to express themselves in the front of a gathering that is more than one, because if it is two people, then it is a dialogue. But anything that is more than two can easily be categorized as public speaking. And a lot of us have the fear of being able to express ourselves to our best potential when we are addressing a gathering of more than 4 or 5 people. So public speaking is for everybody.
Over the years, public speaking and communication has played a very major role in education, government, and business. Words have the power to inform, persuade, educate, and even entertain. And these spoken words have become even more powerful today when compared to written words in the hands of a right speaker. So whether you're a small business owner, or whether you're a student, or whether you'll definitely benefit from improving your public speaking skills. So with that said, we'll now understand, or we'll now look at what are the techniques that will help you in better public speaking.
Here is a tip or a small trick for you. Here's what people who are experienced public speakers do. They find 3 spots across the hall and they keep looking at that spot for not more than 5 seconds and then move their gaze from left to the center and then to the right. It looks like you're looking at the audience constantly, whereas you are making your space into the audience in such a way that you make the audience feel heard, you make the audience feel important, and you make the audience feel like they matter. While they actually do, they do matter, they are important, because that is why we are there. We are addressing the audience only because they're together. However, it is important that you communicate that feeling without having to really use words to do so. I'm going to give you some examples of some of the greatest public speakers that we have seen in the Indian film industry. One of them would be somebody like a Shah Rukh Khan. When you are in a room with Shah Rukh Khan, he is going to make you feel like you're the only person in the room and everybody else ceases to exist. When you're talking about somebody like an Amitabh Bachchan, he is going to make you feel like you're important. He is going to make you feel like everything that he says is perhaps the most important piece of information that you're receiving. These are a few things that you can remember when you are addressing a gathering yourself. You could captivate your audience to make them believe that they're the only person in the room that matters and everything else is just blank, everything else is just empty. And if you're a first-time public speaker, you could use the 2-step approach. That is, use a quotation to convey your thought. For example, if I were a first-time public speaker and if I were to go and talk about something, I would perhaps use a very popular quotation, something like, "Believe you can and you're halfway there. The greatest natural resource in the world is the spirit that resides in every unstoppable individual." And then I would follow it up with the fact that I want them to talk about, that I want them to remember. Now you can also try the 3-step approach that I spoke about earlier, but I am again bringing it up because this is something that can be used for conversations in family. If you want your family member to do something, here's what you could do. State a fact, follow it up with an argument, and then close it with why exactly is it that you want them to do what they ideally should be doing. I'll give you an example. You have a kid who wants an ice cream. Now the kid has been wanting an ice cream for the longest time. Now this also is technically a public speaking tip that could be used for your daily life conversations. You could tell your kid that having an ice cream every day is going to ruin your teeth. Now this is a logical statement that you have given them. This is a fact that you've stated. Now follow it up with an argument as to, we could have an ice cream but not every day. And then close it with why they shouldn't be having that ice cream on a daily basis and how they could have that ice cream once a week if they did their homework on time and managed to score well in their exams. There's another thing that you could do to make a greater impact when you're speaking. That is, use stories, use metaphors, and use analogies. Any data point, any fact, any figure, when it is presented with the help of a story, It helps you remember.
Public speaking is a great way of building personal development on many levels, since improving communication skills is helpful in almost every area of life. Whether your goal is to, say, engage in political debate, or to make a career as a motivational speaker, or to gain confidence in front of the audience, public speaking can help you meet all your goals. So each time you speak, you get better and better. So you get out there and make your voice heard. I hope this video was quite helpful to you and you easily get access to this amazing course on public speaking only on our Financial Freedom app. So hurry up and download our app on Play Store or from App Store and get access to multiple learnings regarding business, agripreneurship, personal building, etc. Also, do not forget to hit on the like button, subscribe to the channel and hit on the bell icon to get notified for our next video. Thank you for watching IndianMoney.com. Get wise, break free.